Seeing goblins. Appreciating goblins. Succubus with goblins.
And we don't want no problem. Okay, you're a goon. What's a goon?
I think that's my face on there. I don't know. Oh, shit. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to your favorite show, Podgoblins. Yay! Oh, my God. Yay!
Woo!
Where we at? How we doing, Jaden? What's going on, brother?
It's going good, man. It's been a busy month and a half. I've been doing business school. I think I told you about that. Been doing
You're selling drugs, right?
Yeah, coke.
That's awesome.
New job and volunteer work and all this bullshit going on. But how about you?
I always felt like that was like a contradictory statement. A new job,
both.
volunteer work. Oh, okay. I was gonna say what? It's
No,
volunteer
it's
work. You're not getting paid, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm 2.5 weeks away from a colonoscopy. Can't wait to figure out what's going on with my stomach. So it's just been awesome. Can't wait for that. Kind of stoked, not kind of stoked, really stoked for Scream, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just keep getting more and more hype.
I thought you meant the colonoscopy. Yeah, no,
Yeah, dude. I'm just like, oh my God, bro, it's finally happening. Like, yes.
I'm super hyped for Scream 7. I feel like the trailers have been pretty good. It's kind of cool that we got Scary Movie coming out around the same time, and I think the trailer is supposed to play during Scream, which is so perfect. Yeah, man, it's gonna be good. It's been a couple of years. I really liked Scream 6, so we'll see what that's about.
Yeah. Look at Jaden, guys. He looks and sounds like a little hipster. Like, hey man, what's up, dude? No, so tonight's really, really, really going to be a fun one because we've been talking about this for a while. And this one, I already know going into this, guys, I'm just going to tell you. I know Jaden probably has a list because he likes to be prepared. And I'm just kind of going, bro. I'm just kind of going with you got a trick or treat poster behind you?
Yeah.
Is that framed?
No, I got it from fucking it was like FYE. And they were having a deep clearance. I got that for $2. It's like 4 feet tall.
That's insane. Wait, how is it? It's not framed?
No, it's in like it's got like a little wrap over it, and it's got like a cardboard back to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to put that thing up on the wall.
No, yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, sorry guys, ADHD. So tonight's episode is going to be movies that are underhated. Now, I didn't put that in the title because I figured that might cause some confusion. Some people might be like, underrated? No. Underhated. Movies that deserve more hate. Now, before we get into this, it should be fairly obvious, some that you're probably going to hear come from me. And you might go, well, they get hated a lot. Not enough, damn it. Okay? Not enough. These are movies that need to be shunned off the face of the earth. Movies that sometimes get a pass that don't deserve to get a pass. They're not good. And it's about time somebody said, this is not good. Whatever the rationale may be, all of these movies have earned a spot here tonight for each one of us. And I think we're excited to lambast some of these movies. How you feeling about it? Are you excited?
Yeah, this is kind of like a weird little sub-series, I guess, that we did, because we did underrated, overrated, overhated, and now underhated. So it's like, it's interesting. It's going to be fun to be negative because it can be, but we still love movies, and I think some of these are definitely ones that we expected more from. So that can be part of the I guess that's like the most disappointing thing about a lot of these is that I expected so much more, and then they ended up being ass. So
cheeks. Yeah. I just thought of something. I was about to turn this over to you to give the first one, and I was like, bro, I should have put the video clip in here of someone's gonna say who it is. They know who it is. I don't know who it is, but it was on like so many rap songs. Like, listen to the track, bitch. I should have put that in here right before I passed it over to you. What mustard on that beat, ho? That's another one too
Yeah,
that
there
I
you
could
go.
have put on here. Jaden,
Playback music.
another one. Jaden,
What's
what
up?
is the first one that you think doesn't get enough shit?
Okay.
I want you to say the name of the movie before you get into it.
Sure. So my first one is from, I believe, 2021, and it's old. Yeah. Old, man. God damn. Easily the worst M. Night Shyamalan movie I've ever watched. Like, I remember going into it being semi-interested because the trailer, like the concept of it was interesting. Like going to this island and you're aging there. Like there's something, like there's a nugget of good there, but it's like the acting is so poor. It's insane that it was a major theatrical film by a major director. It felt like it was like community theater level acting. No offense to people that do community theater, but you know what I mean. Like,
Massive offense. Massive offense.
okay, massive. Yeah, from Nick.
Fuck off, you guys.
Dude, it was so brutal. Like the mom especially. I was like, where the fuck did she come? Like, where did you get this lady? Has she acted in any movies before?
Rumor is she was actually out back of Walmart when they were going to get some supplies, and they were like, "Do you want to be the mom?"
Apparently so. Yeah, and it's just like it's kind of a slog of a movie. It's not that interesting. The actual twist that happens isn't as good as like any of Shyamalan's twists before. I don't know, man. I came out of that super disappointed. And me and my girlfriend were like, "This was fucking cheeks," and she's like way more forgiving of. Shut up. Way more forgiving of bad horror movies or mediocre horror movies, and
I didn't
she
say
also didn't
anything.
dig it.
I didn't even say anything.
Yeah, your eyes, dude.
Oh,
What do you
man.
think of Old though? I don't know if I've ever heard your opinion on this one.
Well, like I wouldn't call cougars old. Like I'm a big fan of cougars. No, I mean, look, dude. Look, I watched this movie one time. It was during COVID. I watched it on streaming. I actually avoided this movie when it came out in theaters, and I avoided it for a while because I was like, Shyamalan was not on a. I don't know. Like I liked Split a lot. I love Split. I think it's my favorite Shyamalan movie. And but man, Glass. I was like, yo, what did you do, M. Night?
Yeah.
So I was not rushing out to see this one, and I spoiled it for myself before I saw it. I was like, I just want to know what this stupid fucking movie is. Then I watched it, and I was like, yeah, it's a stupid fucking movie. I think the reason this doesn't get enough hate is because nobody talks about it. Like people I think have just wiped this out of their brains. Like, oh, it doesn't exist. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, it exists, and it's dog shit. So, M. Night, man, what a career. What a career to have so many bangers and then, just
some all-time stinkers.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. So for me, the first one that I got to mention here, and there's a reason I included this one. I wouldn't have included this one if another movie didn't exist. And that movie that I want to talk about that doesn't get enough shit is Jeepers Creepers 3. And the reason for that, I'm not going to do that every time, guys. I'm having fun with that one. And the reason for that is I think when Reborn came out, so many people like forgot about 3. And they were like, oh, this movie is terrible. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. What happened to Jeepers Creepers? And meanwhile, I'm sitting there the whole time going, did you guys forget that Jeepers Creepers 3 just happened a couple years ago? Like, why are we giving that movie a pass?
Yeah.
Look, you can say one is worse than the other for this reason or that reason. They're both varying levels of shit. The way I look at it, though, is like Jeepers Creepers 3 is a movie that took itself seriously, thought it had something to say, thought it was good. Yes, Mom. No, I'm recording something for YouTube right now. Can I help you? Okay. Can I talk to you in a bit? Okay, bye. I did not pause that. You guys got that live.
Yeah.
Pre-recorded, but whatever. So I don't like this thing thinks it's high art. Like it really does. It's like, yo, dude, it's the return of the creeper. And we got all
Yeah.
these like mysteries that we're going to unpack in future sequels. And it's going to be this big thing. And I'm sitting here like, yo, I spent money to go see this thing in a theater, bro. At least with Reborn, I was like, yo, this is like so bad that like I'm actually kind of having fun. Whereas
Mm.
like 3 was like, you were just insulting my intelligence. And I can't forgive you. Jeepers Creepers 3 is absolute dog shit. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd agree. I think honestly, I kind of feel the same way about it you do, where like Mr. Salva had his nose firmly up his ass, and I don't know if that's because he's friends with Coppola and actual filmmakers with talent. Um, but yeah, he really thought he was cooking with that one. It's just as dog shit as Reborn, if not more. And Reborn's like so bad it's good, and it's a smaller team, and it's by a director who isn't a fucking scumbag. So it's like I can definitely enjoy that one more. But yeah, they're both dog shit. Like 3 should not be put on any pedestal because of Reborn. It's not any better.
No, no. Oh, yeah, they had a little bit more money. Okay. And not really, because 90% of Jeepers Creepers 3 takes place during the day because they did not have the money to film night shots. I'm not even
Yeah.
shitting you guys. Like it's dog shit.
Yeah.
All right, Jaden, what's your next one?
All right. You're right that I do have a list. So,
I know.
all right. This one was disappointing to me, kind of like the last one because of who directed it, but I'd say even more so. This is a Wes Craven movie, but
Oh.
My Soul to Take.
Evil dies tonight.
Have you seen this one?
No.
Really? Okay.
Wasn't this Craven's last film?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe so. Or it was either last or second to last. It
It
was like
came
right
out
there
in
with Scream
12
4.
or 13, right?
I think 2011. So it was
Okay.
right near Scream 4.
I believe this was his last released directed film, I believe.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, man, it's it's dog shit. Like I'm not gonna pretend like Wes Craven, and we've talked about this. Wes Craven's not on the level of like a Carpenter or Argento or Romero even,
no.
but he's got some really amazing films in his filmography. So in towards the end part of his career when he was doing Scream sequels, like he was still putting out good stuff. So I kind of expected this to be good, but I don't know, man. It feels like a direct to DVD like garbage movie where all the acting's terrible, the plot doesn't make any fucking sense. The kills aren't good. It's like this weird story of this like bird creature that's been killing people in this small town for decades. Like it just doesn't make any sense.
It's an allegory for bird flu or some dumb shit. Oh
Yeah.
man.
I encourage you to watch it if you're a fan of Wes Craven just to see like one of his last movies, but it's not good. And yeah.
You sick son of a bitch. You're encouraging people to watch this.
Yeah, because I want people to talk shit about this movie more. I've seen a couple people actually like it, but nobody talks about it. And I think it deserves more hate because there are films in his filmography that get more hate than this one, and they shouldn't.
Well, I'm not going to rush out to see it. I'm going to take your word for it that it's garbage. I saw the reviews and it's not a movie that anyone cites when they talk about Wes Craven. So that should tell you all you need to know. Okay, my next one. Look, this character deserved better. This character captured the imagination of a generation, was the talk of the town. People actually believed it was a real urban legend. So they made a movie. Sony made a movie. And oh my God. Slender Man.
Evil dies tonight.
I hate this movie with a fiery passion. I mean, this movie sucked butthole. Now, I remember when they released the trailer for Slender Man, and whoever cut this trailer deserves a raise because I was like, this actually kind of looks like freaky, like kind of elevated, like some nice imagery. Like, okay, like I'm excited to see this. Went and saw it opening day in theaters. And I shit you not, I walked out of the theater. I saw it with the devil, my ex-wife. And when we were walking out, I said, Slender Man deserved better. Like that was the first thing I said. This movie is a CGI monstrosity. All of the computer generated effects are absolute garbage. Joey King is a good actress, but I don't know what she or anybody's doing in this movie because none of these performances are believable. This is like video game, like PS2 level graphics shit. Not scary at all. A nonsensical plot. I mean, it's genuinely like, and I know I read that like, oh, this got butchered in, the edit and they had to do reshoots and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, they made it worse then. Or somehow it was worse than when it released because I don't even know how that's possible. How can you take a character that is essentially a blank canvas? You just have to follow like one or two like rules with the lore with this character and do whatever you want and make this fucking pile of shit. I mean, it is awful. And the most frustrating thing is this movie actually did decently at the box office. I think it made like $75 million. It's $75 million, like something like that. And I was like, that's all because people were like, oh, a Slender Man movie? And they all walked away wanting to die. Jaden, what'd you think of Slender Man, man? Slender Man.
Yeah, I mean, another disappointing aspect of this is that there's never going to be another Slender Man movie. Like, there's not going to be a second shot at this because I think the time where Slender Man was like a relevant thing in pop culture is kind of gone. But like him and like Jeff the Killer specifically were like two stories online that went rampant and were super creepy.
You remember the Rake? The Rake?
No, what's the Rake?
Dude, the Rake was like supposed to be some creature that just look it up. Just look it up. Because I don't even want to say it and like be wrong. I'm trying to remember, but like it was freaky. It was like a made up urban legend online as well.
Yeah. No, I remember like those two stories specifically really creeped me out and I wanted to see movie adaptations. So I was hyped when it was coming out, but then I heard so many bad reviews. I think I just ended up waiting until I rented it on Redbox one day and I was so disappointed. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think with a competent director, there's another take at this that could be good, but it's too late.
Yeah, I'd probably largely agree with you. Yeah, it's awful. So, Jaden, what's next?
Okay. All right. So this one is bad. I feel like it's widely known that it's bad, but I've seen a lot of people reclaim love for it, and I don't get it. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
I can't play a video clip. I haven't seen it.
I know. You still haven't seen this, and I can't say that you should, but like I think the meme of it and hearing about it coming out was so exciting for people because it was just so funny and it was the first of these like Disney knockoff horror movies. But the movie itself is fucking boring, dude. It's not like it's just a really bad slasher with like some of the worst editing I've ever seen. Like there'll be a character like in a completely different location and then 3 seconds later they're somewhere else somehow and it doesn't explain how they're there. And
hell yeah.
Like the kills aren't good. The mask is like the doofiest shit I've ever seen in my life. The second one's better, but it's like still not great. So anybody who loves this movie, I don't see how because it's not even so bad it's good. It's not fun. It's fucking boring. But yeah, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Watch it your own rhythm.
I can't give any feedback on that. I will say though, this next one for me, it's time. It's time that we all get together in a room and we stop making excuses for this movie and we put it out on Front Street that like, look, this franchise is great. There's a lot of great movies in this franchise. This character is great. This movie sucks. And that is Freddy's Dead. No. I mean, and I get it. Look, I get it. Some people will be like, oh, I saw this at like a really impressionable age. I saw it in the theaters in the 90s. Like, that's awesome, man. And I'm glad you had that experience. It's bad. It's really bad. Like, Freddy becomes a Looney Tunes character, basically. There is almost no horror to this movie at all. It's basically all comedy. And most of the jokes aren't funny. Super low body count. Anything that you found menacing about Krueger is just no longer present in this movie. in the first 10 minutes, you know what kind of movie you're going to get when, Freddy's on a broom. It's just, look, man, I get it. I get it. People have a soft spot for this. They grew up with this. Jaden, it's fucking bad, man. It's a bad movie. And like, I'm tired of pretending that like it's okay and that I understand, not that the movie's okay, but like that I understand. I don't understand. It's bad.
Um,
Oh,
yes,
yeah, you like it.
listen, I'm not old enough to have seen it in theaters, but I did watch it at an impressionable age, and I do like this one. Like, the first disagreement of the night. Listen, it is bad. I'm not going to deny that, but I like the Looney Tunes Freddy. Like, it's not as good as when he's menacing and scary, but like,
You don't say. It's not as good.
it's not as good, but like, it's fun, dude. I don't know. Like, I just think it's a fun time, and I think because it's the last of the original Elm Street movies, like, there's this like nostalgia tied to it, and it's kind of like, it's sad, but it's like heartwarming seeing like the final piece of that string of movies for me personally. Um, is this the one where he becomes a comic character?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that shit's fucking rad. I love that
dude.
kill.
So awesome. I mean, yeah, I
It's
agree, bro.
goofy, but I think it's fucking cool and funny. I don't know, man. I like Freddy's Night, or what the hell is it? Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare. But
No, it's yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Peak.
yeah, there you go. That poster shit.
Oh my god.
That poster's super ugly. All right.
All right, give me your next one, Jaden.
Okay. All right. So I wasn't like a huge fan of the first movie when it came out, but it was like decent. This one just tries to turn a villain into like a action hero, and it doesn't work. Don't Breathe 2.
All right, everyone. Just calm down. Calm down. All right.
Have you seen this one?
Yeah, I've seen this movie, and I do not think it's a bad movie. I think it's a bad decision to try to like lionize the character, absolutely. But I don't think it's a bad movie.
I don't think it's like horseshit, but I don't think there's anything special or interesting about it. And I think turning this like super evil character into like John Wick is
Yeah, but
really fucking stupid.
Didn't the first movie inspire you to go buy a turkey baster?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I don't know, man. I think that decision kind of put the movie like on my bad side like immediately, and it never really recovered because the movie itself is super fucking mediocre. And I've heard some people like this, but again, it's a movie I don't really hear people talk about. But I mean, I'm not going to pretend like that old dude is some iconic horror villain, but I think people
That's
should have been
Stephen Lang, damn it.
yeah. I think people should have been a bit more angry about that decision because it's really fucking dumb, and it's kind of gross to make that person into a hero.
Mhm.
But
Totally agree. Look, I agree with you that the decision they made with this character was a really bad one. I don't even know how you could spin it that it wasn't. Like it's in poor taste and it just doesn't work. But the movie's not a train wreck. Like it's a easy watch. It's kind of fun. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some pushback there, man. I don't know. But whatever. All right, fine.
all right.
So my next one
Hmm.
is going to be one that you probably didn't expect to end up on this list. And it seems like so far I'm going for the bottom of the barrel, whereas Jaden's going for ones that are like, these aren't the worst movies I've ever seen, but they don't get enough shit. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm digging through the shit right now. And that next one for me is going to be The Final Destination. I've railed on this movie on my channel for many times, any opportunity I get, frankly. And I mean, dude, what a dog shit movie. The only Final Destination film, I would put Bloodlines in there as well, that the opening is just like, what? Like, am I ever going to experience this in my life? Like, is this a real fear I have? And
Yeah.
Bloodlines is a good movie. Don't get me wrong. But like the opening is like, oh no, I better stay away from the Space Needle and fucking Seattle. Like, okay, that's fine. That's easy to do.
Yep.
But from it's bad performances, horrible 3D CGI effects. I hate this movie, dude. Like right before Bloodlines came out, I went back and I rewatched all the Final Destination movies because I was like, I want to get refreshed on them. And I have a really good time with that series. It's super fun. And it also will make you look at things differently for the rest of your life. It just will. And not Bloodlines. The Final Destination does not do anything like that. Like nothing that happens in the movie. Like, oh, I better watch out. I don't want my butthole to get stuck on a fucking drain in a pool. Like, what in the fuck, dude? Like, this movie sucks. And I've heard people give it somewhat of a pass. Like, yeah, it's bad, but it's kind of fun. No, it's not. It's not. It's bad. I hate this movie. It was an excruciating watch going back and rewatching these movies. When there was like 30 minutes left in the movie, dude, I was just on my phone. I wasn't even paying attention. I was like, this sucks. I don't know. What do you think of the Final Destination?
See, I feel like this one is widely regarded as the worst in the series, and I do agree, but I don't hate it like you do, but there's certain aspects that I do. Like that blonde dude is the most fucking annoying character in the entire franchise, and he's so cringy. Like his dialogue, everything about him is awful. And yeah, the concept of being at like a fucking NASCAR race and like I don't drink Vagisil, I'm not gonna be there. I'm not a fucking redneck. So
There you go. You're going to piss somebody off. Christian said that when we talked about Final Destination before. He talked about like how the NASCAR race thing was stupid and he wasn't a redneck. And someone in the comments was like, it's not just for like stupid rednecks, Christian. And I'm like, yo,
it is, dude.
I do not co-sign this statement.
It is just like fucking mud wrestling is, but I'm this movie's whatever, man. It's got some bad shit, but I don't hate it. I get anybody who does, and you know, I can kind of agree that it does deserve a little bit more shit than maybe it gets. So I'll meet you on that.
Kind of agree. Get out of here, bro. Okay, what's your next one, Jaden?
All right, so if we're going for dog shit,
your favorite.
All right, this one I know you're not gonna agree with, and it's gonna piss you off. So I'm just gonna let's ruffle some feathers here. We haven't talked about the series, and it's not exactly horror, but it's adjacent. But Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I'm pretty sure you love this one. But listen, man, I can't get over the fucking clone child. I have never, like, they're just like me. Like, that shit is so cringy and fucking stupid. I never wanted that in a Jurassic movie. I hate the hybrids. So when they did, like, a janky version of the Indominus Rex with this Indoraptor, just a cheap ripoff, I thought it was terrible. There are some cool scenes, but it's just all that dumb bullshit that they try to push into the movie, and it's like Chris Pratt at his like most annoying action star. Like he doesn't have any nuance as a character. He's not as interesting as anybody from the first three movies. I didn't like this new trilogy, but Fallen Kingdom is by far my least favorite of all three. Yeah. This movie deserves more shit. Sorry. Fuck that movie.
You know, it's funny. Everything you just said there was wrong. Let me first start off by saying how convenient that you just ignore the fact that she's not a clone child. And we learned that in Dominion. That was a lie. That wasn't true. She was birthed. So shut the fuck up. You can't use that as a complaint because we found out it's not true. Two, wild for you to say that this is worse than Dominion. Just wild, but whatever. I know you're going to be like, well, Dominion has the original trio in it, and I like the member berries. I mean, yeah, I like the member berries too, but like, holy fuck, dude. Locusts? You want to talk about hybrids? That's a movie about locusts, but okay, whatever. And then furthermore, how dare you? The Indoraptor rules. The design is awesome. That thing is a fucking demon on 2 legs. Like, it just is. Furthermore, this is the first Jurassic movie since the original, in my opinion, that actually had some freaking horror in it. Like, the sequence of the Indoraptor scaling the roof and going into the bedroom and the shadow play and like the POV, like that shit was awesome, dude. Look, I get it. And you know, this isn't a secret. I know you have bad taste. But to say that this is worse than Dominion, it's just that's a cancelable offense. I mean, genuinely is. And mind you, I'm somebody that actually has a good time with Dominion. It's not a good movie, but I have fun with it. But narratively, Fallen Kingdom is just a better film. And I love how you shit on the hybrids in this movie when there's literally fucking one. But in Jurassic World, you don't have anything to say about the Indominus Rex or any of the other mutated bastards we have. You liked Rebirth, if I'm not mistaken. You thought it was solid. They literally have a fucking Rancor. A Rancor. That's fine. But an Indoraptor. Absolute insanity. All right. You got anything you want to push back on there?
You know, I'll let you have that. Go ahead.
Look, and by the way, Jaden, there's gonna be a lot of people that agree with you because that movie pissed off a lot of fans. I wasn't one of them. I liked it, damn it. Okay. Whatever, shut up. You like Dominion. So for me, next up on this list, and again, you guys have heard me talk bad about this movie. You've heard a lot of the internet talk bad about this movie. Quite frankly, I don't think the internet talks bad about it enough. And I'll take any chance I can get to throw pot shots at this movie. Black Christmas 2019, come on down, you dog shit fuck. I mean, what do you say? You know, like what do you say about this movie that hasn't already been said? I'm not gonna waste my time because you guys have heard. I did a video in December just railing against this movie. So, like, what do you even say that hasn't been said already? Fair. I still don't think that this movie gets enough shit because in my ideal world, it doesn't exist. It literally never happened. We need to shame this movie so badly. There's not even one fan of it. And I've come across a few in my life. There's genuinely something wrong with you. Truly, like scientifically, quantifiably wrong with you. But it doesn't get enough shit for how bad it is. I mean, it doesn't. Am I exaggerating? What do you think?
Yeah, I've seen like this is another film where I've seen kind of revisionism where it's not where people love it. It's not like A Seed of Chucky, which we've already talked about. That movie sucks, but it's not like that where people really love this movie and consider it one of the best in its series. But people are saying it's not ass, and I don't agree with that. When I first saw it, I think back when you and Christian did your watch along, I thought, like that's mediocre but not terrible. And just the more I stewed on it, I'm like, I don't know, man. I mean, the concept of bringing back Black Christmas and like that initial poster and everything was so cool leading up to it. And when it's just this generic fucking Tubi original frat boy cult movie that has literally nothing to do with anything Black Christmas, like it's not a good movie even if you take that away from it. But putting the name of one of the greatest horror films ever created on it definitely makes it just like 300 times worse. So yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's that director should never work again. Yeah, I've said what I said. All right, Jaden, what's your next one?
All right. I can see this one being controversial because I know a lot of people love this movie. But Jordan Peele's Us. So
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
yeah, I don't think this is like one of the worst movies I've ever seen, but it's just so messy and convoluted and a lot of the best, like there are some amazing scenes of horror and tension in
And
this film.
and Lupita Nyong'o is great in it. She's great.
Oh yeah, yeah, she's fantastic. But every tense part of this movie is undercut by a cheesy joke. And I remember seeing it in the theater with my friends, and any time where it was like, yeah, well, anytime there's like something that like is actually starting to creep me out, or I'm like, oh no, this character's about to get killed, they're like, some stupid fucking quip comes from the person about to get killed or some shit like that, and it just completely takes everything out of that scene. And I think Jordan Peele's hilarious, but I think this is like, if there was any of his movies that should have the least amount of comedy, this was it. And it might have like on par or more than like something like Nope or Get Out. And I just don't think it fits at all. But yeah, Us isn't very good. I like his other two films, but this one's it's not it.
Yeah, man. I thought about mentioning this movie. I really did, and I was like, man, this will piss off the Peele stands. But look, I mean, the way I look at it is, this movie, for whatever reason, I know the reason, so I don't know why I'm saying that, has gotten this reputation of being great. And the reason for that is because it's Jordan Peele. Because he just came off Get Out. So everyone, I mean, pretty much everyone universally, aside from like brain dead dipshits, were like, oh my God, Get Out's awesome. It was awesome. So then I feel like after that, riding that high, there's been a sect of people that just everything he touches, they're just going to be like, it's great. You don't get it. It's fantastic. No. Okay. Every director shits the bed every now and then. Just happens. Okay. John Carpenter made Ghosts of Mars. Like, that movie happened. You can say it didn't. It happened. Wes Craven, God, he's got a laundry list of stinkers.
You can name like 20. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just not a very good movie. Narratively, it's wonky at best. I feel like it's super uninspired. Like, and I don't understand how like anybody can be like, oh, this is such a unique idea. Yes, a doppelganger idea. Wow. Never seen anything like that before in horror. What a savant to come up with that idea. I think even he was riding high on his own supply after Get Out. And I think it shows. I don't think this movie's very good. Like I said, I will give credit where it's due. I think that Lupita Nyong'o is fantastic in this movie.
Mhm.
And there are some good there's some good moments. I love the NWA moment, like on the Alexa.
Yeah.
That shit's fucking awesome. But yeah, dude, undercut by so many attempts at comedy that just half the time don't land, or even if they do land, you're still like, but this doesn't feel right. Like it's I don't know. I don't think it's a good movie. I thought that Nope was decent. I don't love Nope, but I thought it was decent. This one though, no. I'm sorry, I
Nope.
can't. I just nope. Not for me, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next
man.
one now. Okay, my next one. Let's see. You know what? It's time. When I talk about a specific franchise, you guys are probably expecting me to mention one movie. But that's low-hanging fruit. We've talked about this movie. Jaden just mentioned it. I think it's important to also accept in the year of our Lord 2026. Cult of Chucky sucks too. And I'm tired of people pretending it doesn't. Now, look. Oh, but there's some good kills and you know, Fiona Dorff is really good and blah blah blah. Sure, whatever. I'll grant you that. Everything that you knew about Chucky for like 30 years gets thrown out the window in this movie. There are no rules anymore. No holds barred for Chucky. He can do anything. Why he didn't do it in the previous 6 movies? I don't know. But he can do it now. The comedy. Holy shit. Some really bad comedy in this movie. Alex Vincent getting lines to deliver on screen as an adult I'm sorry. Loved you in Child's Play too, man. You can't act for dick. I mean, as an adult, it's painful to watch him on screen. Look, man, I just have to be real with myself here. And in being real with myself, I have to say, dude, Cult of Chucky does not get enough shit. And I think it's because Seed exists. I genuinely believe that is why. Because Seed exists, so many people make excuses for Cult, but Cult sucks too. What do you think?
Yeah, I 1,000% agree. I don't think they jumped the shark. I think they jumped fucking 10,000 sharks with doing the clone Chucky, multiple Chucky thing. I don't know why you would undercut one of the greatest horror villains of all time by, and you see it later on in the Chucky show where there are literally like factory lines of these evil Chuckies. I think with each additional one that you add, it just makes that original doll, like that original incarnation of Chucky, seem weaker and fucking stupider. Um, and I hate it so much. I've never loved it because I care about that franchise so much. I always hated that, and the actual setting, like the mental hospital, is fine, but with the budget they were given, it looks so fucking weird. Um, like the movie just doesn't look good to me. Like there's a couple of scenes outside that look all right, but it just looks super boring visually. Um, and yeah, man, I mean, I love Alex Vincent, but and there are certain scenes where I think he's okay. Like I think when he's on the dinner date, that scene's all right. It gets a little hokier when he's about to torture Chucky and he has like no emotion on his face whatsoever.
Oh my
But
God.
but I was excited to see him back. So that part and seeing Kyle at the end are kind of the only two things I actually like about this movie. Everything else is either super forgettable, boring, or the biggest sin of them all is when they did this stupid fucking clone curse shit that was never mentioned before and only harms your franchise, in my opinion. But
Yeah, I agree. I agree. All right, what's your next one?
all right, let's see. Okay, this is going to be the only short film we talk about tonight. I guarantee. I don't think Nick and I had a chance to talk about this on the show because it happened after we did our episode on this franchise, but Sweet Revenge from 2025. So for you guys who might not know who this is, because I'm not sure that you would just based off of that name, Sweet Revenge is the only actual film adaptation of Friday the 13th, that franchise that we've had since 2009. And it's the only actual evidence we have that anything's going to happen with this new Jason universe bullshit that they're talking about. Um, and basically, it's like a 15-minute short film that's supposed to tie into some like alcohol brand or something where
Angry Orchard.
Angry Orchard, where Jason's mask is on the cover of one of the cans. Um, and it is like a shitty fan film of a Friday the 13th movie. And I feel bad for Dog and on like this like short film, but the guy that they got to play Jason is like he looks like Nick. That's not he's just like this like tall, lanky dude, and it's not at all who should be playing Jason. You need a big motherfucker to play Jason Voorhees.
Fuck
And
you,
it's just
motherfucker. How about
normal
that?
ass- It's this normal ass like a dude playing Jason. It doesn't work. And I mean, it's like the most generic version of a Friday the 13th you could ever imagine. It's the teens that you don't give a fuck about. It's in a cabin. Jason kills some people. That's it. I think they should have done something way more interesting. They should have gotten a better Jason, better kills. I don't know. It's sad that this is the only part of Jason universe that we've seen, and I'm kind of scared that the other stuff we're gonna get is not gonna be good at all.
Well, guys, I just want to say I did not know Jaden was going to come in here tonight body shaming, so I apologize for that. However, I mean, yeah, it's dog shit. Like it's really bad. And what's crazy is this is Mike P. Nelson, and he directed, I believe, the Wrong Turn reboot and the newest Silent Night, Deadly Night, which was awesome. But this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, not this. Not this. I don't know what this is. This isn't even Temu Jason. This is like Kmart Jason. Like It's fucking bad, man. And the Jason universe, I've said this from the beginning. Some people called me cynical, whatever. I just feel like it is absolutely an attempt to try to, profiteer off of the popularity of a character. And I don't think they actually have any true long-term designs of what they want to do with this property and with this franchise. I think they're just shitting low effort things out to try to make money and to try to keep Jason somewhat relevant so he is profitable. And maybe that's a cynical view on it. I don't really give a shit because personally, I think that is the case. And yeah, it's disgusting. I don't hold it against Mike because, like I said, loved Silent Night, Deadly Night. So I don't know what the fuck happened here, but okay. The next one. We're only a couple weeks away, so I feel like this is perfect. There's a movie in this franchise that's just not a good franchise. But like there's one movie in this franchise where people are just like, you know what? Like it's actually kind of a good time and like I really dig this movie and you don't know what you're talking about. You're wrong, bro. The Leprechaun 4 in space is fucking terrible. Like capital T terrible. I could go down a litany of reasons why this movie's bad. None the least of which is that ending sequence with the superimposed Warwick Davis on a set of miniatures and is so obviously the case. Dude, look, I get it. This is not a great franchise. No one's going to claim it is. But this movie gets a pass from a lot of Leprechaun fans. Why? No idea. No clue. I think that this is on par with Leprechaun in the Hood, but not as bad as Origins. And that's kind of where I lie with it. It's dog shit. What do you think?
Yeah. So this is one even as a kid that I thought was too goofy and too stupid for me. And that's in the Leprechaun franchise, So the whole franchise is about being stupid and goofy. And then there were kind of a couple of years there where I had this little like nostalgia era for this film where I hadn't seen it in a couple of years and I was like, oh, maybe it's really not that bad. There's some parts I like about it. I remember watching it as a kid, and then I rewatched it when we did our Leprechaun episode last year, and it just reminded me how fucking dog shit this movie is. Um, just some of the worst comedy in this entire franchise. Like nothing is funny in this movie. The weird fucking spider Nazi doctor half cyborg guy is the most cringeworthy fucking shit imaginable. It's just it's a boring Aliens ripoff. It's got the shitty ending. Um, there's not much good, man. I mean, like the only thing I like is when he comes out of the dude's dick. Like that's awesome.
I've been consistent with that too. I liked that too. That is so
Yeah.
dumb. It's fun.
No, it's great. Everything else is fucking terrible about this movie. And I think when we did our episode, rated it below Origins because they're both awful, but I find Origins less offensive and in my face about it.
That's insane. No, that's insane because at least this is Warwick Davis, not motherfucking what's his face?
Hornswoggle.
Yeah, fucking Hornswoggle. Not even a leprechaun, just a fucking
Yeah.
cretin that lives in the woods. I'm sorry. That you want to say this is more offensive? No way. It's at least got Warwick. I get it. It's different shades of poop, but like, come on, man.
That's like more like a really like I don't know. It's like a soft turd, and then this is like an explosion of diarrhea. So I don't know, man.
No.
Fuck Leprechaun in space.
Origins is not a soft turd. Origins is like after you've been constipated for a week. And it's just like, like it. Yeah. Come on, man. Shit.
All right.
All right. What's your next one?
We haven't talked about this series yet, and I promise we will, probably when they announce another movie in 10 years. But I want to talk about a Saw film. So I could mention two, but I think one of them gets shit on more. But I need to talk about Spiral from the Book of Saw.
Okay. I'll allow it.
I was gonna talk about Jigsaw, but I do feel like that gets shat on a good
Yeah.
amount.
Yeah, it does.
Spiral definitely has more fans, and I
Don't-
really don't get it because I think it's as bad or worse than Jigsaw. I mean, this is like,
Dog shit.
yeah, it's a Chris Rock vanity project. It's a weird fucking spin-off. He does a lot of like comedy bits, and you'll kind of notice that's kind of a trend with some of these movies we've been talking about. There's just comedy that doesn't fit. Like the last movie there should be full on like stand-up comedy bits in is a fucking Saw movie, and Chris Rock tries to shoehorn that in, and it's just not funny at all.
You don't like the Forrest Gump bit?
Oh, dude, that it's so painful. It's so painful, and there's like the rip-off Jigsaw with his weird ass little voice, like not sounding intimidating at all. He sounds like an emo teen.
Hello, hello. I wanna play a game.
Yeah, dude, he's so fucking dorky.
It's
Like,
awful.
there's some okay kills. I like the part where Sam Jackson is meant to like he's like kind of like in this like puppeteer position or whatever, and he gets shot by the cops. Like that part's cool, but I don't know, man. This movie is fucking painful at moments because of Chris Rock, and it also looks really weird. Like I don't know how they filmed this shit, but it looks fucking terrible compared to literally every other Saw movie except maybe 3D. Yeah, fuck Spiral. I hate this movie so much.
Let me just say that everything you've said about Spiral is true. But one thing you didn't mention that I think bears mentioning, frankly, is are we not going to talk about the fact that Chris Rock acts this entire movie with a look on his face like he just sniffed a really bad fart? Like, that's the entire,
Yeah.
the whole movie. He's like,
Yep.
oh God, someone
Yeah.
just shat. Look, you're right that Jigsaw gets enough shit. You know what? I don't even know if it gets enough shit. It's fucking awful. But people complain about that one a fair amount, I'd say. But oh my God, dude. Spiral is a bad film. It's even bad as like a Saw imitator. Like it's just, or even as not a Saw imitator. Like if you're just taking it as on its own merit, it's still bad. It's just a bad movie. I hate this ending. It is like the dumbest ending in the world. I'm getting in the elevator and the door's closing. The SWAT's right fucking there. And
Yeah.
he's like, I'm getting away. And Chris Rock's just like, no. And it's over. I'm like, bro, what
Yeah.
the fuck is this? It's,
Yeah.
Look, man, I love Saw, but I can't with this movie. This movie is dog shit. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. So my next one is one that I'm gonna tell you the truth, Jaden. I was somewhat shocked when I saw that on Rotten Tomatoes, this movie actually has like a 57%. And I was like, you're fucking joking, right? There's no way this movie has like one of every 2 reviews is positive. And I get it. It was the last one before he passed away. And, so like we're gonna, they're gonna, I don't know what you would want to say. There's some revisionist history, I think, done. There's some sentimentality there. But holy shit, dude. Not Hellraiser. Well, maybe we'll get there. Phantasm Ravager is an abomination to cinema. And I am convinced that part of it is, again, like I said, it's Don Coscarelli back. This is his baby. And it was Angus Scrimm's last role. And I don't give a shit. This movie sucks. And like, I'm not even going to pretend it doesn't. It's really bad. Again, might shock you because it shocked me. It has a 57% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now I know 57, well, it's not really that crazy, right? I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on what your definition of crazy is. But
That's pretty high. That's like
Yeah.
above like average.
For this movie, a 57% Absolutely not. In no universe should this have a 57%. It's fucking terrible. And that's all I've got to say about that. What do you think of Phantasm Ravager?
Yeah, we talked about Sweet Revenge feeling like a fan film. This one very much feels like a fan film, but fully feature length. Um, I think Reggie tries, and there are like a couple little bits where that I find funny with him, but I mean the CGI fucking metal balls are so bad. Um, and I don't know, man. It's so cheap. Like, in cheap doesn't automatically make a movie bad, but when it's in a franchise where every other movie has this kind of baseline level of quality, and you go like to this level, like it's shocking. I'm not gonna lie. Um, it kind of has like the Hellraiser Revelation effect, except this is even smaller than that movie. Um, I don't know, man. Yeah, it is really bad, and I think it's not talked about or shout on as much because, frankly, nobody talks about Phantasm at all. Um, it's a franchise that I think people should talk about more because the highs are very high. But if they did, then they'd start to see Ravager, and maybe it'd get shout on more because this movie is a turd. But I don't know if we'll ever get that day.
You know, part of me hopes that we will. Where people really discover this franchise and find all of the good that is here, because there is a ton of good.
Yeah.
But bro, Ravager. Oh God. Okay. All right. Jaden, what's next?
All right. So this is another series that me and Nick have never talked about on this show, but I know at least the original we both hold very dear to our hearts. Well, original.
Hold on.
The Ring 2. So I feel like people talk about Rings a lot. That's the one that gets shat on in this series, and rightfully so, right? Rings is pretty bad. The Ring 2 is pretty fucking terrible. And pretty boring. And the kid is his movie. I mean, he's annoying in the first movie, but he's really fucking annoying in this one. And just like that whole relationship, I don't know what the writers were thinking of making him like super independent and always he calls her by her first name all the time.
Rachel,
It's
yeah.
just fucking
He
cringy
does
and
that in the
stupid.
first movie too, though.
No, he does, but I just think he's like leveled up a bit in this one, and he's more annoying in this one. And it doesn't have any of the good scares that the original has. The story's way less interesting. It's drawn out more, and it's just so fucking boring. And like that original, well, the American remake, The Ring, is really good. It's one of the best 2000s horror films. So this being the lead up to that was super disappointing when I finally watched it. And I think people should shit on it more, frankly.
Okay, so look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have as much of a hate boner for the movie because, like, admittedly, some of that is probably some nostalgia. I do remember like that era of like The Ring and The Ring 2. As a younger person, I think I actually like gave a pass sometimes to The Ring 2, and I was like, you know what? It's definitely not as good as the first one, but I still think it's solid. And then I watched it as an adult, and I was like, it's not solid. I was the whole Samara possessing him type thing, like him basically becoming Samara is like, what the fuck, dude?
Yep.
But like, I love Naomi Watts, and I do think that they're like, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'm due for a rewatch because I just watched The Ring again a couple weeks ago, and Mark actually sent me Ringu, and I still haven't gotten around to it. I'm sorry, Mark. I'm this week, man. I friggin' promise. Okay.
So good.
But I'm due for a rewatch of The Ring 2. I really am, because I don't think it's as bad as you're claiming it is, man. I don't know. I mean,
All right.
Rings. Rings is terrible. Rings is.
Yeah.
Oh God, dude, I hate that movie with a fiery passion. All right, so What is next up for me? You know what? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go here. I I accidentally teased this a minute ago. This franchise, and you guys are gonna think you know where I'm going. You're gonna be like, "Oh, you're talking about Hellraiser. Everyone knows what you're gonna talk about." Oh no. Revelations is low hanging fruit, sweetheart. There's a movie in the Hellraiser franchise that somebody actually in my comments on my tier list of Hellraiser told me that, like, dude, you're wrong about this movie. I don't get it. Hellraiser Hellseeker does not get enough shit. It does not get enough shit for how bad it is. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. It is essentially the plot of Inferno. Like, it really is, basically. This movie looks like it was shot through a garbage can. Like a garbage can lens. It looks terrible. And then after a super redundant, boring plot that really doesn't feel like a Hellraiser film at all, you get a glorified cameo by Ashley Lawrence because these incompetent fucks started shooting the movie without having reached out to Ashley to see if she wanted to be a part of it. And Doug Bradley had to go, well, I have her number. I can just call her and ask her. They're like, oh, yeah, go ahead and do that. Bro, Hellseeker does not get enough shit. Hell is not hot enough for this piece of shit. And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think you hate this movie, right?
I don't. As soon as Nick brought up Hellraiser, I knew for a fact this is what he was going to talk about because I feel like even though we know Revelations is the worst one, you hate this one the most for some, like you just have that connection, and I respect it. I don't think it's that bad. It is 100% a ripoff of the movie that came literally right before it, and it is an astronomical waste of Ashley Lawrence. And it's a shame because what we do get of her, she's really good in this movie. Like her part in this movie is the best part of the movie, and her revenge at the end is really fucking cool. But she's so good, and we don't
That's
get
like,
her.
you know what? That's like saying, hey, why don't you bend over and let us just beat you incessantly? But in the last 2 minutes, we'll give you a lollipop. The fuck out of here.
But you get what I mean, though, right? Because of how good that was, I feel like it makes me more upset that she wasn't in more of it. Because I like that ending a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you mean, but
yeah, it's a disappointing movie. I really wish she just hadn't been in it at all, and it was just a forgettable movie. But that definitely, even though that's the best part of it, it does make it worse at the same time.
Garbage dog shit. Jaden, what's next?
All right. I think I got like 2 more.
Okay.
This one is a Stephen King adaptation and is by far the worst I've ever seen. In the Tall Grass.
Oh, yes.
I think this is from 2019, maybe.
Netflix. I watched it during COVID on Netflix. I remember that vividly.
Yeah. Man, this movie is super fucking forgettable and boring. I don't know how. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like Stephen King's like the greatest writer of all time, but I don't know how this came from the mind that gave us so many interesting stories. Because even his bad ones are fun and interesting. This like has elements where it's like ripping off Children of the Corn. Like the whole setting is ripping off Children of the Corn. Like it's in a cornfield and you know all this shit. And I think there's also some sort of cult in it. But my God, it's like the most forgettable story of his that's ever been put to film. And it's like I fell asleep during this movie like twice, and I tried to soldier through, but yeah, man, it sucks.
It's not only boring. You're right, but I remember turning to my ex-wife like halfway through the movie, and I dead ass. I was like, "Do you understand like what's going on? Because I feel like this doesn't make sense." And she was like,
Yeah.
"No, it's confusing the shit out of me." I feel like narratively, this movie's a mess. I don't even know what it is. Like, what am I watching? Yeah, dude. Yeah, totally agree with you. This movie is dog shit. Sometimes I feel bad that Stephen King's name gets like slapped on these things because like it was a story of his, but it's like that is not indicative of the source material always, because there's some great Stephen King novels that were turned into not great films. So like,
Right.
man, I don't know the original story of In the Tall Grass, so I can't speak to the merit or lack thereof. But this movie adaptation is dog pee. Like it's really
Yeah.
bad.
I
Okay.
think I feel like it was a short story too, and I feel like when they try to put his short stories to film and drag out what's supposed to be a short into like a 90-minute movie, it never works. Like they
The
did the same with
Boogeyman.
Boogeyman. Yeah,
Yes.
Boogeyman and Mr. Harrigan's Phone, I think, as well. It just doesn't work. Just do the actual books with substance
Yeah.
or do an anthology. But yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
All right. So this one I know Jaden's not going to agree with. He's got one more. So after Jaden fires off, I'll fire off one. Jaden will fire off one. Then I'll fire off the last one, and then we'll wrap with some pleasantries. We'll talk a little bit about something else, but we'll get there in a minute. Jaden, I
Mhm.
know you're not going to agree with this, man, and that's okay. Everyone is entitled to be wrong. So for me, I don't think this movie gets enough shit. Not that it's abysmal. It's not. It's a competent film. But man, were the expectations so high, and man, did this movie let me down. And that is Insidious the Red Door. I mean, I'm sorry. And here's my expectations were sky high for a reason. Patrick Wilson, Rose Byrne, Ty Simpkins. So the original family is back. We're getting Lipstick Face Demon back. This is going to like close the chapter on the Lambert family. So we thought, oh, there's going to be high stakes here, man. And we're going to get a lot more Lipstick Face because they knew fans loved him, and they've admitted they didn't give us enough of him. No. They treat Lipstick Face just like they do in part one. He's hardly in the movie. Still baffles me that they would do that. But whatever. And this movie is more a melodrama than it is a horror film. Now, some of you guys might go, well, yeah, but that's kind of the point, right? It's about the family and yada, yada. Okay, yeah, but like there's a lot of drama in the first movie and the second movie, and the family dynamic is at the center of those movies, but they also have a lot of really fucking freaky scenes. And I don't think there's anything in The Red Door that actually made me go like, oh, damn, except one simple sequence of Patrick Wilson sitting in the car after the funeral, and you see behind him in the back windshield a silhouette of what looks like somebody coming up toward him, and it's very like nonchalant. That actually freaked me out. I was like, oh, damn. Nothing else like that in this movie for me. Such a freaking letdown. This was supposed to be no holds barred. Like this is the end for the Lamberts. And we're bringing back the OG villain. And I just felt like it was a fucking drama. And I'm like, where's the horror, bro? Disappointing. Not a terrible film. Not the worst Insidious film. That belongs to chapter 3. But what a disappointment, man.
Yeah. Listen, I do like this movie. But I can't say anything that you said was wrong. It definitely is more of a family drama, but I actually kind of like that. But I don't blame anybody for missing the horror elements in this movie. If you're going into it wanting that, you're going to be disappointed. There's no other way about it. I think the actual like human story between the father and son is good.
Okay, but tell me, did they or did they not lead everyone to believe that it was going to be this big blowout horror story? Because one, that's what Insidious is, but two, they're selling us on that with the return of all of these, characters and plot lines from the first movie. They sold us
Yeah.
on that, and they
No.
didn't deliver.
Yeah, they absolutely did. And I do think a missing element of this movie is the mom.
Oh God, she has
with
two
her
fucking
appearance.
scenes.
Yeah,
Scenes.
She's barely in it. It's like basically a cameo, and she has no consequence to the plot. And they mentioned that they broke up because of the like horrific events and how he was when he was possessed. And I'm like, that's interesting. I wish she was in this movie more, and they could either reconcile their relationship or not even that, but just like come to some sort of agreement where it's not so awkward between them, even if they stay broken up. Like there's something more interesting you can do with the mom, and they don't do it. So I'll meet you there on that. This did give us one of the best original songs, or I guess not technically an original, it's a cover, but one of the best like covers for a horror film in recent memory. That song fucking rules.
What's on?
Stay.
Oh yeah, by
From
Ghost. Yeah.
Patrick Wilson. So
Yeah.
good. All
Stay with me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
it's fucking rad, dude. I actually did almost bring up Insidious Chapter 3 because that movie's like really fucking mediocre.
So forgettable. Not even abysmal,
super
just
forgettable.
forgettable as fuck.
Yeah. But this is a movie I was way more disappointed by. And I really fucking hated it. But the 2021 reboot of Slumber Party Massacre. So the original Slumber Party Massacre, so all these films in this series were slasher films made during the height of the slasher, but directed by women. So they have like a really interesting, they have that aspect to them that's really fascinating.
Did you say directed by woman?
Women. Whatever.
Women.
Women. Leave me alone. Yeah. Leave me
Directed
alone.
by woman.
All right, women, whatever. Fucking
Okay.
said it weird.
Okay.
Either way. Yeah, they're interesting because they're directed by women in this like male dominated space in horror. And the original's really fun. The second one is super fucking weird and awesome. Third one's whatever. But because of those first two, I had some sort of expectation with this new one, and I thought that it would be like really interesting or have a great killer or something. And they made it a parody of those films and of the slasher. And again, they try to make it a more of a comedy movie than a horror film, and it doesn't work at all. Whoever wrote this has fucking zero comedic chops whatsoever. The killer is super forgettable, which is shitty because the first two films have two pretty iconic killers, in my opinion. You got the fucking dude with the drill in the original and the dude with the fucking drill guitar in the second one.
So you're specifically talking about the remake, right?
I'm talking about the remake. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you don't remember shit about the killer in this one. Just super fucking bland and generic. They just do the typical woodsy camp slasher thing, which is never what any of those movies were. So, yeah, really disappointing way to bring back this series, which I think is kind of underrated. And I don't know if we're ever going to see one again because nobody talked about this one. And frankly, I think people should talk about it more, but in a negative light.
Okay, I just had to verify because, like, for a second I thought I misheard you, and I was like, "Is he talking about the original?" And what, like, I'm not a huge fan of the original, but like, I don't think it's bad. But yo, this remake, dude, fucking bad, bro. And the funny thing was, I heard people saying good things about it on Twitter, so that's what made me watch it. What was it, Shudder or Tubi? It was on one of those.
Yeah, Shudder, I think.
And I was like, this fucking sucks, man. Like, this is. I'm sorry. I'm sure someone's watching like, no, I liked that. Get your head checked. This thing sucked butthole. Yeah, dude, not a fan. Totally agree with you. This is that was God. I just want to pretend like it never happened.
Yeah.
All right. The last one. I gotta think of one that really deserves more hate being put out into the universe.
Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
You want to fucking die tonight, CC? Okay. We need to come together as a society, as a people, as a country, as a world. And we need to band together, and we need to look at each other in the face, and we need to say, not only did the Fog 2005 happen, it should have never happened. Now, why am I mentioning this? Because most people agree this isn't good, right? Nobody talks about it. It's like this movie never happened. Why? Because it came out like right at the start of like the remake craze. And this was one of the forgettable ones, obviously. So it kind of slipped through the cracks. Just a couple years later, you'd get Rob Zombie's Halloween, which took all the headlines, and then A Nightmare on Elm Street. But there was one that was forgotten. That happened. And that was The Fog. Let me tell you something. Fuck this movie with a hot iron. I mean, it sucks so bad. I don't even think I'm exaggerating. This is a piece of shit. And I understand some people are, they're going to hit me with the, I've got fond memories of all the thing in theater. Okay. And I saw some movies in theaters. And then years later was like, shit sucks, bro. And The Fog sucks. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, you completely missed the point of what the original Fog was. It's not even like the same thing. It's like the Fog itself now is an entity and a creature. It's like, what the fuck? Like ghost faces in the fog. Like, like, bro, what are we talking about? I watched this movie again when I was like 19. I turned it off, bro. I was like, yeah, no, I wasn't too harsh on it. It really, really, really is that bad. It's awful. I don't know. What do you think, Jaden?
Yeah, man. It is interesting what you brought up, where people have nostalgia for what they saw in theaters, and I'm thinking of shit that I've seen, and even just the past 10 years in theaters. I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm gonna be nostalgic about some of these movies. I mean, these are turds. So it is weird to me that people are for this movie. Yeah, the original Fog is like, I mean, it's talked about, but I feel like it's kind of underrated in Carpenter's filmography in some ways at the same time, because I genuinely think it's like a top 3 film that he's ever made, and I
It
don't
is.
think people put it up there when it really should be.
Mhm.
And the fucking, like, zombie, ghoul, ghost pirates are so creepy and interesting, and, like, just everything
Dude,
about them.
Adrian Barbeau,
Yeah,
Charles Cyphers,
yep,
Tom Atkins, Jamie Lee Curtis, bro.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's a who's who, and those villains, those creatures are so fucking interesting. So yeah, when it's just a bad CGI ghost fog thing, it does seem like they had never seen the original Fog whatsoever, and they just heard the name of the Fog and came up with some sort of bullshit premise for what that movie would be. Um, it's bad, yeah, and it's only made worse by the fact that it's one of Carpenter's best movies.
Depressing to talk about, but I thought that would be a good last film to mention. And I mean, there you guys have it. Now, I could have done this for hours because there's a lot of movies that I feel like get a pass that don't deserve a pass, uh,
Yeah.
frankly. But before we go, I do want to briefly touch on Jaden. Um, Scream 7. That was a play on words. Briefly touch on Jaden. I don't think you caught it, but so by the time you and I get together again, obviously we will have seen Scream 7 because we're going to be doing like a Scream 7 breakdown. We're going to talk about our thoughts, spoiler-rific.
Yep.
As we sit here today, I want to ask you, one, how do you feel knowing that this is about to open to be the biggest of the franchise? Because that's just it just makes me smile from ear to ear, for obvious reasons. Because the worst people have been the most annoying people for the last 2 years, and I'm just so excited for them to realize that they wasted their fucking time.
Yep.
And real question though, how confident are you in this movie?
You know, I'm not as confident as I was going into Scream 6. I think I went overconfident going into Scream 5, and my hype was like, and we'll talk about this a little bit more when we actually go over the Scream movies, but I think I overhyped that movie quite a bit before it came out. Scream 6, I brought it down a little bit, and I was very pleasantly surprised. This one, I feel like it's just gonna be like kind of like a middle of the road. I don't think it's gonna be bad, but I don't think it's gonna be amazing either. I'm still excited to see it because it's a Scream movie and it's in theaters, and that's awesome. Um, but I don't really have that high of expectations, to be honest with you.
Wow. Wow, bro. The GOAT is back as the lead in this movie. The GOAT, Kevin Williamson, is directing it for the first time. And you are trepidatious. Just look, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm pretty firm in that nothing at this point is going to touch Scream or Scream 3 for me. And yes, last night I previewed for the first time on the live stream. I said Scream 3 is my second favorite. It officially is now. And you know, I there's a litmus test for that, and I think the litmus test is, as I said, you need to take two. You need to take two movies and say you can only take one with you on a desert island, and you've got Scream 3 and Scream 6, and I would take Scream 3. So that's how I decided, like, it's my second favorite. But with Scream 7, I am confident that it's either going to be all the way as high as number 3 after Scream and Scream 3, or all the way as low as like number 5, only in front of 4 and 5. It's either going to be peak Scream or I think mid-tier Scream. I don't think it's going to be anywhere else, which is good. That doesn't mean I don't think it's going to be garbage. But it also means I don't think this can touch, you know, the original or the third film for me, for that matter. So like, but all the promotional material I've seen, I think this is going to be a good movie, man. I really, really do. And I think it's actually good that you're going in with like lowered expectations. I think that will actually help you. I want to ask if you've listened to the 2 songs that have come out now.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, from the soundtrack, there was there's a band called Swaco, I guess. I'd never heard of them, but they had a song come out called Rearranging Scars, which is for Scream 7. I actually really like it. Pretty damn heavy. And then the Ice Nine Kills song with McKenna Grace dropped today. Twisting the Knife. I don't know how I feel about it because it's like a ballad. It's not a heavy song. And I thought that was weird because Scream 7 and all of its promotional material definitely gives me like metal vibes. Like, I don't know, like burning the fucking house down and, you know, like, so I don't know how I feel about the ballad. It's a good song, but I don't know if it's what I would have done. So you should check those songs out.
Okay. I love Still Alive, the Demi Lovato song. I thought that was fucking awesome.
I think it's peak. I honestly think it's probably the best. Yeah, I think it's the best, like, in the franchise for me. Now, granted, there weren't a ton that were made for Scream. You know, What If by Creed was not made for Scream, but it was put in Scream. But I mean, Scream is a franchise that has some genuine bangers. In obviously, you have Red Right Hand. Obviously, What If. You've got Something to Die For, the song in Scream 4 right after the opening kill. That one that's like, I actually fucking really fuck with that song. Fall Out of Love by Salem, I thought was great in Scream 5. But I think Still Alive is like the best one. That song is fucking awesome. And I also have to admit, I have a soft spot for Demi. She's so hot, dude. I love Demi Lovato.
She is.
So, Jaden, when are you seeing Scream 7? Are you going Thursday, opening day?
Probably Saturday.
What
That's
is up
just the
with
day.
you? You and Justin both. I'm gonna go Saturday. The fuck with Scream? It's gonna get spoiled for you.
Nah, I'm staying off the internet, dude. I'm living like a fucking caveman the 2 days after it comes out because that's the time when I can see it, and I'm not getting spoiled on that shit.
Did I just hear your smoke detector go off? I think
that was my ass squishing on my chair.
I don't know. I thought I heard it. Change those batteries, bro. What the fuck? Yeah, I got my tickets for Thursday night. I'm gonna go straight after work. I still can't have popcorn until they get done, you know, sticking that long camera tube up my butt. Figure out what's going on.
You gotta have a water bottle and fucking. Is that it? Can't eat anything. You can't have any of those movie theater snacks.
Well, no, it's just because like popcorn will fuck with my stomach hardcore. But yeah, the day before, the prep that they're giving me for it is just, I'm not looking forward to it. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Not looking forward to anything to do with this. So yeah. But look, y'all, as always, it's always fun to get together and talk horror movies with you, even if we pissed some of you guys off tonight. And quite frankly, I don't say this as an asshole, but I kind of hope we did. You know, it's fun when there is some disagreement. It's fun when we think a movie deserves more shit and many others disagree with us. That's fun, frankly. I don't know. Gets me excited. So let us know down in the comments section if you guys agree with a lot of these picks. Do you think that they don't get enough shit? And what are some ones we missed that you're like, yo, this has got to be put on there as well? Until next time, we hope you guys take her easy, stay healthy, stay happy, stay safe. And we will see you right after Scream 7 for a spoilerific breakdown of what could be one of the best or one of the worst Scream movies. Sleep in fear tonight, and go Patriots.